Good day and welcome to Nagida Special, where we tell you how to turn your dream into a reality and help you make informed decisions on owning a house. Today we have with us Mr. Abdulmalik Mahdi. He's the CEO, MD of Modern Shelter Services and Systems Limited. We are happy to have you here, sir. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. You're welcome.
So your organization has become one of the giants in the real estate business. What would you say inspired the creation of Modern Shelter?
Well, we saw a gap in terms of the relationship between the off-takers, the developers, and financiers in the real estate space. These are the maybe three most important key stakeholders in delivery of housing. From our background in banking and finance, we were able to deal with financiers, with developers looking for funding. Of course, as bankers, we're the financiers. And then we have off-takers coming to us for mortgages.
Okay.
And we're able to see that there's a gap in the market between what the financiers were financing, what the developers were building, and what actual off-takers needed and what they could afford.
Yes.
So we came in as a multi-sectoral player to bring together these experiences, this expertise of knowing what to build,
okay,
for who to build, knowing how much to sell it for, and then helping the off-takers to access mortgages and other financing options to help them get these houses, at affordable prices.
Yes.
So managing the entire process and experience from end to end, especially for the off-takers, is one of the reasons why Modern Shelter has come into being. And that is why this is what drives us to give our customers the best at all times, to enable the off-taker, who is the most important person, navigate the complex process of owning a house, to make it very simple, seamless, end-to-end, such that it will end in happiness for the client.
Okay, thank you. So every organization has a mark it wants to make in the sector that it plays in. What would you say is the mission of Modern Shelter, and how does that affect how you run the organization?
Well, our mission, as I explained earlier, is basically to help as many people as possible attain the dream of housing.
Yes.
Right at the most affordable price for them. So this is what drives us every day. This is what brings us to work every day, to see how many people can we help today to own houses. So as we're doing this, this is our vocation, this is our mission. And if we happen to make money along the way, then all the better for it. But most important is to create value for the clients, and help them in this process. Because there are a lot of people that don't even know how to even start.
Yes, that's true.
And they don't even know how to go about it, and there are lots of issues. So we are here to simplify that process and to help as many people as possible get on the housing ladder.
Okay. And from what I've noticed, from my research, I've seen the organization has many projects along the length and breadth of Abuja and its environs. What would you say is one project that is dear to you that you're extremely proud of?
Well, to be very honest, each project for me is as important as the next one. I have projects that are as small as 5 units.
Yes.
And we have some that are as big as 1,200. Each project is unique. The most important project for me is the project of getting a client from day one, getting him to fill his form and handing over the keys at completion.
Yes.
For me, that is my proudest moment. So we have estates that we have completed. And people are living in. We have Noren Court in Gwarimpa. We have Sachi Court in Katampe Extension. These are projects that we started from scratch, and people saw the designs and like, wow, this thing is just 3D. You guys cannot achieve this.
Okay. And
we have done it, and those same people have come to say that, Modern Shelter, what you see is what you get.
Wow, okay.
So this is something to be extremely proud of. That you can't even call yourself a developer if people are not living in your estate. So
yes,
the first one is always one that you'll be sentimentally attached to. But we have Galadima, which is 300 units, which is about 13 hectares, which is 10 times the size of our first project.
Wow.
So, and of course, it comes with 100 times the challenge and the challenges of the first project. So, we're growing, and unfortunately, we're also in a very tough environment. So the more you grow, the bigger the challenges. So the bigger the head, the bigger the headache. But the first one, is always sentimentally, you always feel attached to your first project. Yes.
Okay. We live in a world now that's fueled by rapid change in innovation. There's so much innovation in various sectors. I don't know how does modern shelter stay ahead of the curve in terms of design, construction, and the environmental factor in these projects.
So environment is very, very important. Like you said, this is the current trend. Sustainability is a very, very big issue in the world at large. So at Modern Shelter, as I speak to you now, all our buildings are EDGE certified. The ones that are not certified yet are in process of being EDGE certified, which is a World Bank program about sustainability in building and designs. So we have that certification for some of our projects, and we're going for the others. And then we have the environmental sustainability ESIA certification we're also undergoing, and such that by the end of 2024, all our processes will be world class. Will be World Bank certified standards. We're working with Ernst & Young right now on the ESIA transactions. So all our designs, we try to put the environment in mind. We try to make sure we give our customers the best. When the architects finish the initial drawings, we give it to our interior architects who ensure that the spaces make sense, they are livable, they are relatable, and customers can also enjoy, those things. So we were also researching, we're working with Bayes University, the Faculty of Architecture there, on how we can continuously support research and come up with new ways, that will be cheaper to build and also environmentally friendly. So those are the things that we're doing, and our designs are unique. We don't want to copy anybody, and we don't want to be like anybody. We want to be a reference point. Wherever you see a modern shelter building, there's an identity. And that is what we keep driving.
As you say that segue to the next question, because your company is known for innovative technologies, definitely. So can you mention or elaborate on some innovative technologies and practices that your organization uses in order to improve like the buying experience of a customer?
Well, so for example, in the buying experience, very important, when customers part with this large sum of money, for example, they need to do it in a seamless, transparent manner. So we have banking applications that we're using on our own ERP, such that, again, by middle of this year, a customer can go to our website from wherever he is in the world, select the house that he wants, and open up our site, open up the site that he wants to buy, the project site, select, just like you select an airline seat, select the particular house you want, make payment using Remitter platform, get your receipt, get your acknowledgement, get everything online without even having to interact with us in that process of the payment. You fill your form online, you put your passport, your ID card, all the requirements, you put them online, get your offer letter online, you pay online, you select your house and lock it down online. You can also make improvements interacting with our architects, make particular improvements internally, with advice of our clients. Just like you go to any car dealer, for example, on their website, you can change the color, change the spokes, change those. So these are the kind of things that we want to give our customers buying experience. We want to have an AI-enabled assistant, a bot that you can actually chat with. That's even if at night, because if you are dealing with people that are in a different time zone, sometimes it's difficult for them to have conversations. So all frequently asked questions and basic discussions you can have on that technology platform that we're going to deploy, sometime in the middle of the year. We're already using it internally, but it's something that we now want to expose to the clients, so that that there's that transparency involved in the buying experience, leverage on technology to give them that best and enhance their buying experience.
Let's get down to it, because right now the economic situation in the country is dire. Some people are finding it difficult to make ends meet, to feed their families and other things. So what would you say are there financing options, and what are the incentives your organization has to make owning a home more attainable for the average Nigerian?
That's what we're all about, trying to see how we can make ends, people, like I explained to you in the beginning, we have financiers on one hand, we have the off-takers on the other hand, we have the developers on the other hand. So now we are the developers. So we also engage in mortgage brokerage,
Okay.
where we package potential off-takers and take them to our partner financial institutions that offer mortgages, and try to negotiate good rates for our clients. Sometimes offering discounts to even the financial institutions and incentives so that they drive down the interest rates for our clients. We also have partnerships with Federal Mortgage Bank, licensed PMIs, primary mortgage institutions that give NHF loans. We have banks like AG Homes, Infinity Homes. These are very good institutions. We have ABN Trust Bank is also one of our partners. We have the Housing Solutions Fund, which we are a pioneer partner, which also give loans. And all this, you can get loans of up to 20 years or more. Typically people think in Nigeria mortgages are not available, but they're actually available. And then we also do a lot of sensitization that, if you're a pension contributor, you can use 25% of your pension deposit to buy a house as an equity contribution towards buying a house. So we can get you the mortgage. We can also help you get the 25% of your equity. So at the end of the day, you can actually get a mortgage without having to take out any money from your own pocket, because this pension contribution is already there.
Yes.
Whether you use it or you don't use it, it's going to be there. They only give you when you retire, right? And when you retire, what if you are still paying rent at your retirement? The rent, that is not even enough to even pay your rent.
Yeah.
So if you use the 25% now, and then take your NHF and add it and get a house, right? What happens is that in 10 years, even if you are not living in that house, the value of that house will be enough for you to do something substantial with your life as an investment. Because otherwise, your NHF at your retirement, they also give it to you what you have contributed at very insignificant interest. They will add to that. And so if you don't really buy a house with your NHF, you're actually losing. You're not helping yourself. And then that 25%, the amount, whatever it is, even if it is up to 100 million, for example, it is just in the bank. And by 10 years time, inflation has also rendered it useless. So if you use it today and buy a house, in 10 years time, even if you think the house is by airport in Abuja, is bush, in 10 years time, that place will be part of the city, right? And you will now have a lot of value when you retire. So when people make housing decisions, investment decisions, they need to look at long term, not just the immediate needs, especially those that already have a house.
Yes.
But they've not used their NHF, they've not used their RSE. They're just investing for the future. This is something that we always try to advise. We also try to advocate. We also try to do a lot of sensitization for both the clients and the financiers that look, there's 100 people here that need mortgage for 20 years. Can you, let's see how we can bring down the rates. What do we need to do? Can we subsidize them even as an organization, by giving you discounts or some incentives, keeping some deposit with you? It's very hectic, especially in a volatile environment such as this. But again, in an unstructured system, you have to think on your feet, and you have to always move with the times and adapt. Because if you are not dynamic enough, then you cannot succeed.
Okay, thank you very much. Affordable housing. Right now, there's a gap in the market in affordable housing, and where there's a gap, opportunity lurks. Is modern shelter trying to leverage on this opportunity and build affordable housing for the average Nigerian?
Yes, of course. We have partnerships with various state governments and federal government institutions, like I mentioned, Federal Mortgage Bank, Nigerian Mortgage Finance Company, NMRC, Family Home Funds, FHF, and the Housing Solutions Fund. These are all federal government organizations. Right now, we're on a project with the Nasarawa state government called Nasarawa Technology Village, a fusion of tech and real estate, just in Karu here, about 17 kilometers from where we are now.
Okay.
It has about 1,200 houses, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedroom, of different configurations. And these are all targeted at NHF contributors, core civil servants, and people that can use their RSA, like I explained earlier, to access those houses. We also have a partnership with Sokoto State Government, with the Sokoto State Investment Company. We have 100 hectares we're exploring in Sokoto New City, which was designed by us. We also have about 22 hectares in Kaduna, and we also have about 137 hectares with Bauchi State, which is one of our key partners as well. And we're discussions with various other state governments like Oyo State.
Okay.
Because this is a model that once you do it in one state, it can be replicated all around the country. Because again, you look at housing, we're involved in different segments: luxury, mid-income, and then affordable housing. But affordable housing is the largest segment.
Okay.
It might not be the most profitable per unit, but at the end of the day, you are looking at turnover, and that is where you make the most impact, both on the employment scale, on sustainability, the environment, and then helping as many, because our core principle is helping as many people. So where are those many people? They're at the bottom of the pyramid.
Yes.
And that's where affordable housing is.
Yes.
And that's why we are very, very passionate about that. For us, it's not even about money.
Yeah.
Right? Money, if it comes as a consequence of what we do, fine. But the most important thing is to help those people. So from the designs of the house, from the designs of the mortgages, from locations, from whatever we need to do, working with these government institutions. Because government, they have all these things.
Yeah.
But we need to work with government from the private sector to make this thing succeed. Government cannot do it alone. So we also have to come with our initiatives, convince government, advocate, lobby, sometimes get them to pass some laws that are favorable to that segment of society so that this thing can succeed.
Yeah.
Because if you have affordable housing, it means that you have employment, you have shelter, and you cope so many challenges, especially this insecurity that we're facing.
Yeah.
It's a very big issue.
Okay.
So yes, we are very, very active in the affordable market space.
Yeah.
And we hope that by next month, we'll invite you to the groundbreaking and commissioning of the first 100 units and groundbreaking for the next set of 400 units in Karu.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Right now, there are many developers in your space. And I think it's fair to say Modern Shelter is a trailblazer in the sector. But what sets you apart from other developers when it comes to trustworthiness and reliability for someone trying to purchase a house, especially for people that are in the diaspora? Because it has been mentioned many times that you can't trust these developers. So what sets you apart from other people in the developer space, to be honest?
So for us, speaking directly to the issue of the diaspora market and the trust deficit that exists, what we offer the diaspora clients is that, look, if you want to pay for any of our houses and even get a bank guarantee or some sort of comfort from our financial institution, we're ready to give you. Don't just come and drop your money. Like this Nasarawa project I just finished telling you about.
Okay.
It's already funded. We don't need anybody's money to build it. So if you want to pay us after, fine. Or you want to put it in the bank and I ask the bank give you a guarantee, fine. Because the only reason why we ask people to pay upfront is actually to try to lock in the prices because of the volatility in the market.
Yeah.
But we are very ready to work with the diaspora market, to create a system that will ensure transparency. And the only way you can do transparency for a diaspora market is that, look, give the bank the money, the bank gives you a guarantee. So if you come back after a year, you come for the next Christmas, your house is not ready or there's no house, as in some cases, you just go to the bank and, call in your guarantee and collect your money. So no bank will give a guarantee without ensuring that that task is performed. That's just the only way. We also, as developers, need to put our heads together to see how we can come up with that system where not just us, because we cannot even supply the needs of all the diaspora market or all the market, but let's come together and develop this system so that whoever is buying a house is coming on that platform. We've tried to work with the Nigerian Diaspora Commission on that. We've done some fairs and everything, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done so that a structure is set so that anybody from diaspora logs on to internet, sees the house he wants. It's a marketplace, and that marketplace, somebody is there, that takes the money. So there's a company that we're working with right now.
Okay.
That we're trying to develop that system. There's a trust company. Basically, they're trustees.
Okay.
So what they want to do is to provide that platform whereby anybody that is buying a house in Nigeria is confident enough, even local investors, not just people from diaspora, to say, okay, take my money. They guarantee the money and make sure that we do the work before. And if there's any issue, you just go to them and you get your money back.
Okay.
Because that's very, very critical. Even in the local market, it's one of the key problems that we're facing as a sector.
Yeah.
Generally, yes.
Okay. So you said, you mentioned volatility in the sector. I'm sure there are many challenges you face. how does your organization, navigate these complexities in order to build projects and deliver them on time to the end users?
It's not easy, my brother. That's just the truth. It's not easy. The volatility is nothing that is getting worse by the day.
Okay.
In some cases, there was a report yesterday or day before yesterday on the Guardian that building materials on average have gone up by up to 200%.
Wow.
Over the last 4 years.
Wow.
So how do you plan around that? Nobody knows. It's just like when post-COVID, we didn't know what to do because there was a recession before COVID, a recession after COVID, NSAS, devaluation, currency change, election. So it's one fight over the other. You just have to, like I said, try to be nimble, try to use your so institutional support. We have a lot of banks that support us.
Okay.
Right? Yes, and then you try to mitigate these issues by buying in bulk where available, where possible, right? And even some cases, even after you try to buy some things in bulk, when it comes to delivery, the contractors can't deliver because of this volatility. So it's a lot of issues that unless the macro environment, which is the country itself,
changes,
you cannot only in one sector. Only in a player in that sector, a small player, to have the solutions.
Yeah.
If not, I will be Minister of Finance, right? But the truth is, we have to just pray that the government succeeds, in stemming the tide of inflation and getting our economy going again. Because otherwise, a lot of our colleagues have had to call it quits, declare bankruptcy and all that. It's very, very, the situation is very dire.
Yeah.
So the only way one can do is, as a company, if you have the credibility, is to raise money, build and sell. Because if you do that, you're able to mobilize resources, build, and then sell at whatever the price is at that time. Because if you sell ab initio, you're always going to have problems. Your clients have cash flow problems. The prices have changed. You come with them with fluctuation or variations. It's a fight. It's quite a mess. So the best thing is to try to raise the funds.
Yeah.
And that's why you need to find your company, make sure that your corporate governance is good. You have all your documentation and you have a good relationship with financial institutions and you've built your brand and reputation.
Yeah.
Such that you can survive these hard times. That's the only way. There's no magic formula or silver bullet.
Okay. Thank you. We at GIDA are really proud to be in partnership with your organization of your size, your magnitude, and your reputation. How would you say your partnership with GIDA helps to improve the experience of your buyers, both in Nigeria and abroad?
Well, we're also very pleased to be in partnership with you. I think the most important thing you give us is exposure. Your audience, let them know. It's part of our advocacy.
Yeah.
They know about us. They know that we're a brand they can trust.
Yeah.
Right? So those are the most important things for them to know. These people exist and this is what they offer and they can trust us with their money. We together we can help also, in this advocacy of creating transparency for the market generally, not just for us. If we're able to build this trustee structure I was telling you about, where escrow, you can put the funds here and give a guarantee, or even from there give you a guarantee, because you don't have to pay cash.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to pay cash, because that payment of cash is where the issue is. So if we can create an avenue where this issue is resolved together, I think we will do the Nigerian community abroad, the diaspora, a whole lot of good. And of course, we want to attract their forex, which will also help the economy back home. So it is a win-win situation for everybody.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure having you. Thank you so much, sir.
Anytime.
For all our viewers out there, thank you for joining us on this GIDA special. Till next time, have a great day.